Hi guys, so this is a jumper that I made. I'm so in love with it. It's perfect for the spring, the summer. I get so many compliments off of it, so I decided, hey, why not make a video off of it and show other people how they can make their very own. So as you can see, I'm pulling this down so I can add my 4 inches to the top to make the pants high waist. And I'm pinning the pajama pants to the material and cutting out again for the backhand side. And remember to leave your seam allowance. Okay, so now I'm taking my front side and putting it to my back side and just matching that up again, making sure to clean all of those edges, making sure everything is the same length and it looks good. Okay, so the front half of your pants is going to be facing forward. You see the arrow there? It's facing forward. And the back half of your pants is going to be facing backwards. You see the arrow here is facing backwards. So that's how you know the back and the front. Okay, so for the top of the jumper process, I put a seam in mine, but I didn't record that part, so I'm going to show you guys where I put it when I cut out the shirt. So here I'm cutting out the top. Now this is just freestyling. If you have a different idea in mind, feel free to do it. This is just the idea and the look that I wanted to go with. So I'm just cutting the top just to fit me and what I think would be cute. Okay, so if you did want to do the seam, all you'll do is cut where I have the black lines at, and you should end up with 4 different pieces. Here I have two because I didn't cut a seam. Now, the seam is just so that it can line up with the pants. I'm anal like that, and that's the only reason it mattered for me. But if you don't care about that, you should have two pieces at the end. So on a separate piece of fabric, I'm just going to cut out my straps. What I do is fold up and cut so that it's all the same size. Now I'm going to take the wrong side of my material and I'm going to fold that just a little bit so I can make the straps. I'm going to show you guys at the end what I mean by not using this whole piece of fabric. So then I'm going to pin and I'm going to take that to my machine and I'm just going to back stitch always. Start with a back stitch and sew all the way down. So now I'm just cutting the excess fabric on the side of the strap. And here I'm just demonstrating how I flip the straps inside out. So I cut a little piece there and then I get a bobby pin and I make sure that the bobby pin is inside. As you can see, the bobby pin is inside of the material. So then you're just going to press down on the bobby pin and make sure to keep track of the bobby pin and pull through. Now that you have your right side out, you're going to take it to your ironing board and you're just going to iron just to make it really neat. And I also cut 6 strips so that I can use it to tie my shirt. And I'm going to show you guys what I mean by that. And this is how long I decided to make my straps. So here I'm just showing you guys that I ended up cutting it some more. Again, make this your own. So with the little 6 straps I was telling you about, you're just going to fold those and put them on the corner of the shirt. So I have them on all 6 corners. And I'm going to grab my other top and put it on there. And I'm just going to pin those together like a little sandwich. Okay, and I'm taking that to my machine. Remind you, this is right sides together that I'm sewing together. So remember to always back stitch. So now I'm just flipping this inside out to the right side. And as you can see, I have 6 little hooks for me to put my string through. Okay, now that we have the shirt partially done, we're going to sew the pants. So you're just going to sew from the crotch down and from the waist down on both sides. Okay, so next what you're going to do is you're going to take your pants leg and flip that right side out. So once you have that right side out, you're going to then take your next pants leg and you're going to put that inside the pants leg that's flipped the right side out. So the way that you know that you're doing this right is you should be able to match up the seams in the inside, wrong sides together, just like that, like so, like so. And you're gonna pin around the crotch area. So I'm just taking that to my machine and I'm just sewing all around the crotch area. Okay, so this is what it looks like once you sew the crotch together. And I'm flipping that inside out. And now I'm taking the waist part and I'm just double folding so that I have no raw seams that you can see from the inside. Because you want the inside to look good too. So that's the waist part that I have pinned all around to take to my machine. And now I'm going to do the hem of my pants. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm folding it twice and I'm pinning all around, and that's for both sides. So on your machine, select a zigzag stitch. That way it's stretchy around the waist. So now that I have my pants hemmed and my waist hemmed, I guess, I'm pinning the top half of my jumper to the bottom half, and I'm going to pin all the way around. Now the back half is out, so it's not going to be completely around, but it's all the way around to where the top half is attached to the bottom half. And this is what it looks like. The seam is hidden, and we're going to take that to our machine and we're just going to sew all the way around until we can't no more. And would you look at that, y'all? We're almost done. Look how those seams are just lining up and looking so good. So, to the zipper. So, I have a zipper that kind of matches the other material. It's up to you. Your zipper can show, it cannot show, but let's get right into it. So, I'm pinning my zipper to the seam allowance. I'm not pinning it to the material, I'm pinning it to the seam allowance. So, remember when you're sewing, not to sew your seam allowance to your material. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So this is what it's looking like with the zipper exposed. See how that's matching with the other material. Again, this is your jumper. Make it how you want to. Your romper, jumper, whatever you want to call it. Make it how you want it. So I'm going to iron that down and close that up so it looks good. So let me just show you guys how to go ahead and sew this zipper onto it. Look at that. That's so cute. Okay. So what you're going to do is take your material and you're going to make sure that you're sewing the material only to the zipper, not sewing it to your pants and the zipper, if that makes sense. So look, this is how I have it. I have it this way so that you can sew without sewing it to your pants. I'm saying this because you do not want to see the seam of your zipper. It's so important. It makes it look so much more professional without seeing the seam of your zipper. That's why you're sewing it on the seam allowance because they'll never see it. So I'll show you guys what I mean by that. So I'm just sewing this down, of course, with the zipper foot. I'm doing that to both sides. Always remember to back stitch. And look at that. Zipper is hidden. You can't see the seam on the line. So I'm just going to press that to make it look even better. Y'all, can you even tell it's a zipper in there? Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. That's a zipper. Oh, let me unzip it. Wow. Look how beautiful that looks. Look at that, ladies. Yes. Okay, so now that we have the top half sewn to the bottom half of our jumper, now I'm going to show you guys how to put your string inside of your jumper. So this is what I did at the end of the strings to hide the raw seams. Just fold over and sew it together. So now I'm taking a safety clip and I'm just pinning it to one side of a string. And once I have that pin, I'm going to go ahead and start lacing up my jumper. Now that I have one string in, I'm going to open the bobby pin, open the safety clip again and attach the other side of the string and pull it through the bottom half. That way I have like this little two type of string thingy going on. I don't know what to call it. So I'm putting that in the bottom half of the right corner, not the very top one, but the bottom one. I'm leaving the top one for the other side. So now that I have that part of the string done, I'm going to do the same exact thing for the other side. Okay, so trying it on, I don't like how this is fitting, so I decided to go ahead and add my own little darts in it so it can fit just like that. So I'm going to show you ladies how to do a dart. So you're just going to fold over and kind of sew at an angle, and I'm going to show you guys what I mean by angle. So where I'm pinning is just a dart. This is called a dart, and you're just going to sew a little upside down triangle. So I'm going to take this to my machine and I'm going to sew down at a slant. Now, when you're sewing down, be sure once you get to the end to kind of bring it all the way down to the very edge of it. Don't leave any space. That way, you'll have a straight, sharp line. So I'm just pairing these two up just to make sure that my darts are the same size, starting and stopping at the same um, size. And yeah, so now that's what it looks like. You see how clean the dart looks? There's no bumps at the end or it's not buckling or anything like that. You want your dart to look like as perfect as possible. So now I'm just going to make sure that my darts are facing the seam, which is a zipper, that's how I remember, or the seam. And I'm just going to place that down and iron it down. Make sure to do that to both sides. This way you are making all your seams as sharp and neat as possible. Yeah, get up in there, girl. Get up in there. So back to our top. So I'm just lacing the bottom half up because remember we had to add the dots, the darts. What am I talking about, dots? So then we're gonna wrap the ends just to make sure that those aren't unraveling. So I just went ahead and tied the ends together, and that's what the both of the ends look like. And y'all, it's so cute. It's so flowy. It's everything. Like y'all, I love this jumper. It's so easy to put on. I get compliments all the time, and I just wanted to share this with y'all. So I can't wait to see what colors y'all do and how y'all make y'all. Make some shorts. I'm excited. Let's get it. All right, y'all. See y'all later.